how's it going? I'm Marlene. Thanks for wandering by. So today, as you can tell by the title, I think it's going to be, just simply deck collection and decluttering series. So my friend Danny Mystic did this a while ago, and now Lisa is going through a deck collection and decluttering as well. And I saw my buddy Krista too, just did she revisited her timeout or purgatory drawer shelf box. So she just went through the decks that she had recently put or had, for whatever reason, had put in storage or timeout, as she called it. So I'm gonna do the thing. I have not done a decluttering video ever. I've never done this on camera. I've definitely rehomed decks before and reorganized my collection and everything, but I've never done this process on camera. So we're gonna see how things go. And I'm planning to, I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm planning to make some decisions about what I'm gonna do with decks. If I'm keeping them, if they're going into some sort of timeout or purgatory shelf, drawer, whatever, or if I'm gonna rehome them. And by the end of this, hopefully I'll have some answers and you'll know what it is that I'm doing and I can share that with you. But first I need to go through everything, so you're gonna get to see my full collection. And inspired by Krista's, time out, revisiting her time out decks, that's where I'm starting. Except not all of these have been put in timeout. Some of them have been, and some of them just ended up on the shelf with the timeout decks with no intention of them being in timeout. It was just in terms of storage. But we're gonna do the thing. I'm gonna walk through it and see how I feel. I have a little box for the ones that I'm certain are leaving my collection. I don't know. I don't know. Also, I got a whole new little setup here because we're in spring now, which is essentially, it's summer, and it is warm enough for pool times and beach, and so I'm feeling this beachy sunset, orange, citrusy kind of vibe. That's what I got going on. So anyway, let's get started with the first deck. Okay, so this is the Rumi Oracle Pocket Edition, and I have a bunch of these little pocket editions, these Alana Fairchild Pocket Editions. They have the image on the front and they have the message on the back. And, I've used this deck and I've liked it. I don't know why it ended up in the purgatory shelf. Maybe it was one of the ones that just ended up there. No, I think I was gonna rehome this. But looking at it, Cosmic Heart, I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. Maybe it was because these seemed too nebulous to me, and even though the artwork is really stunning, it didn't work as well. It was pretty, but I felt maybe I just didn't connect with the messages. And I'm still sort of feeling that way about this one. So I think this is gonna stay in the to be rehomed, or the, maybe I need 3 piles. The ones that I'm sure about, the ones that I'm maybe, and the ones that I'm definitely keeping. So this is gonna be a rehome. Morgan's Tarot. So I think you're gonna find that I have a lot of oracles in my to be rehomed, or my purgatory, or the decks that I'm uncertain about, because for whatever reason, I'm still figuring out how I work with oracle decks. Now, Morgan's Tarot is not a tarot, it's an oracle. And it's this, you guys have seen it, it's this trippy, it's this 60s, 70s vibe. very wacky, really out there. And the thing with this is that I have to really be in a specific mood for this deck, for me to take this deck out. And I've used it before. I've tried to pair it with tarot, and I guess it's gone okay. Always remember this. This is also like, maybe ignore the preceding, that's funny. Passion. I don't know, there are no mistakes. Haha. I like it. I like it when I see it on its own, but like I really rarely, oh yeah, and this is the title card, but it still has something on it, so I use it. Oh, am I backwards now? See, I don't know. It's been a minute since I've used this deck. I don't think I want to get rid of this. I think this is still, get rid of this, declutter this. I don't know what are the right words that, I didn't do any disclaimers. Like, I guess I should say that my decluttering choices have nothing to do with, you know, the merit of the deck or anything. It's really just like a very personal, subjective thing. Yeah, looking at this now, I don't think it's, I think it's gonna be in the maybe pile. So this, okay. This is a deck that I inherited, so it's not going anywhere. It just sits on that shelf because I don't use it. I don't ever use it, but I think this is just inherited from my mother-in-law. I'll just grab a couple so that you see the coloring of it. It's a, you know, it's an original Rider-Waite. This isn't going. I just never work with this one because I have, you know, several different Waite Smith, and she didn't actually write on this one. So if you've seen like some of my previous videos that have the decks from that I inherited from my mother-in-law, she read tarot and she would write all over the decks. Those I have in like that don't have boxes. Those I have like in a special, you know, I have a special like box where I keep everything in. Anyway, this is staying. I just need to like I just need to reorganize where I'm keeping it. Okay, Delanoui Oracle. All right, so some of these decks that are here in the Purgatory are there because like I got them for like a specific practice or purpose. And then since then, I haven't used them. So this is Delanoui Oracle, and it's got this like fairy tale vibe. And we did, I did like a month in Dawn Michelle's monthly medicine last year. That was all fairy tales, and that's why I got this. Sleeping Beauty, Hansel and Gretel. I like this. You know, this is the kind of deck that I feel like I might miss if I were to rehome it, Peter Pan, because I might be feeling that, you know, that need for a fairy tale oracle. The thing is that this is just not necessarily my aesthetic. I don't know, Rapunzel, Little Red Riding Hood. Maybe not though, Beauty and the Beast. The wolf. No, I actually think I want to keep this one. I actually think I want to keep this one. I think that's gonna happen. I just haven't looked at it recently, so we're putting it in the keeping. All right, this one, so more oracles. Okay, so Paolo Barbieri Unicorns. I've tried with this deck, and I think I did get something out of it. I know that I have previous videos where I've talked about it, and it's really neat, but I feel like it throws me off with the not a snail. Like if it just had the keyword, I might be able to work with it. But yeah, this one, it's beautiful. Like the Paolo Barbieri decks, I think this might be the only one I have. I think, well, you'll find out, but I'm pretty sure. But it's so pretty. It's so cool. I wish it worked for me. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. I've tried to pair it with things. This one is just doesn't do the thing. So we're gonna put this with the going. Okay. More oracles. Okay, deep, dark, and dangerous oracle. Ugh, I think, so I got all these Stacy DeMarco oracles and I had put them together in a like mega deck. I have a whole video where I did this whole mega deck thing. And the mega deck didn't work out for me. I think this one, because it's really cool. I'm not like against the artwork, opposed to the artwork. What does that even mean? I don't dislike the art necessarily, but I have trouble pairing this. Hades, see, like that's not, yeah. And now that I've gotten more into Greek mythology, like the Greek mythology mixed in with other pantheons now is kind of like jarring for me in some cases. Hypnos, the Minotaur. Like the word is compassion for the Minotaur. Medusa. See now, like I have other decks where I have these, oh, Scylla. But I have other decks where I have some of this in it, and I think I'm ready to let this one go. So deep, dark, and dangerous oracle going. Oh, I'm actually going a little bit faster than I thought I would. Okay, here, let's look at a tarot. All right. So I have an entire basket that has like my minis and pocket decks, mostly. Yeah, I think so. We'll get to those. So the White Sage Tarot, I don't know, you guys, I really like a lot about this deck, but like I never pull this one out. I've put it in my bag and I've tried to read with it for other people, but I hate to get rid of it because I love otters so much. And there's so many cute little otters in here. I love the Fool card because it's this teeny little cute dog. But what I can say is that I know this creator, I have on my wish list this creator's latest deck, which is it's an animal deck. And so it doesn't have, oh my God, this otter. It doesn't have like the Pippish minors. And I think that's what it is. Like, I don't know anything. I really don't know much about the chakras. Like just a basic, like what's on the card here that tells about the chakras. I know that, like, you know, just cursory kind of superficial understanding. So like the chakras don't really like, you know, factor in for me. And although I love the sand dollars, because this reminds me of where I live, right? Sand dollars, the beach. I love the vibe of this deck, but I think what I want is her new deck. And I've actually rehomed already her oracle deck. So I think this little White Sage Tarot in a tin, maybe I should just hang on to it until I get the other one and see if that's like it. So I'll put this in the maybe, in the middle. More of these Stacy DeMarco. All right, let's talk about Queen of the Moon, because I use this. See, it's probably in the order that I last used it. Yeah, I use this for the moon cycles because I've been back and forth on like having a moon practice, and I was trying to do something specific. And I used this with the Tarot of the Cat People, and I had a really good like immersive experience with following a complete moon cycle. And that is, yeah, that is what I use this for. But here's the thing. I have in my wish list the Claire Goodchild's arcana of astrology that has the planets, the signs, a full moon cycle, and it has some other stuff in there too. And it doesn't have keywords, so I wouldn't be like completely, you know, tied to the keyword to follow the moon cycle. And I think that's what I want to do. I think I don't want to have this anymore. I think I want to just have like the straight moon cycle without a keyword, so that I can, when I'm doing a, like, because I think what works for me for moon work is that whenever I feel called to, that I go through an entire moon cycle and pair it with tarot, rather than like it be a practice that I do every single month, or, you know, it's just when I feel called to. So I think I want to get that other deck instead and let this one go. The other Stacy DeMarco, the Divine Animals. This one I might not, I might want to keep because I love animal decks, animal oracles, and I like to have my animal oracles for not just to use as an oracle deck, because I do, but also because I go to my animal decks for animal gnosis. And so whenever, so that's Cosmic Creeper Tegan's Patreon. She gives us a animal gnosis, a particular animal every single month. And I go through my animal decks to have it out. Like, so for example, right now is Snake, and I have my Viper card from, oh my God, it's the Untamed Animal Spirit Oracle, and it's just sitting here at my, you know, filming reading station. See, like, I do not like that card. I like this deck though, and I do want to keep this one because I might want to pull in this animal energy, because it might have an animal that I don't have in my other animal decks. So this one is staying. Divine Animals Oracle is staying. And okay, let's look at a tarot. Let's talk about this. All right, so let's talk about this. This is the Runic Tarot. So this is, I didn't get the big kit, which I kind of wish I had, because I think that the guidebook would have helped me a bit more. So the Runic Tarot, let me just put this aside. The Runic Tarot it's a Norse mythology deck, right? And it has runes, and it has runes on every card. I don't know. I have not studied the runes. I've wanted to. The reason I got this is because we had a Norse mythology month in the monthly medicine. So like I said, like a lot of these decks, like I'll get to work with a specific practice, and then some of them like carry on beyond that practice, and some of them don't. You know, like I wanted to see if Norse mythology was something that I wanted to dip into. And right now, I can't see that it is, because I'm so immersed in the Greek myths. But there's a lot of crossover with mythology, of course. And I don't know. I hate shuffling this deck, though. It's really rough on my hands. But, you know, I think I want to keep it for my kid, because I don't have Norse ancestry, but she does from my partner. I will give this to my daughter and see if she wants it. And if she doesn't, then maybe we can move it on from there. I edged it in black. It's a really cool deck. And the guidebook, the little one that it comes with, is good, but I feel like the larger kit, the guidebook, is more involved. And yeah, I'm going to keep this for the kiddo, and in case I want to study runes and Norse mythology in the future. Okay, more tarot. So here we have the Pastoral Tarot. It came with this little bag. I got rid of the big box that it was in. And okay, so this deck is a landscape-oriented deck. And I don't know, you guys. I don't know what it is about this one. Like, it's, I can't remember the name. What's her name? What is the name? Illustrated by Lisa Hunt. Lisa Hunt. Yeah, so I have the guidebook. And this is a Lisa Hunt deck, and this is the only Lisa Hunt deck that I have. Maybe it was just that these were I don't know, like I couldn't get used to doing landscape, and it was just too much. I don't know, but looking at this now, it makes me want to keep it. Page of Cups. Especially now that it is like spring. Although I'm not like seasonal, because like clearly I live in a place where it's like winter for like winter. I mean, it's like what most people would call fall, if that. But there is like seasonal changes here that are like more specific to my area. Anyway, regardless, do I want to keep this? The Magician. Maybe it's too in the real world for me. Like, maybe it's not quirky enough. I don't know. I really don't know about this. Oh, I love that Moon card. I haven't, like, I've tried to use it. I liked it in, like, creative writing exercises. That's primarily what I used it for. And it gives me, like, Anne of Green Gables vibes. But not. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I do not relate to this kind of farm life at all in any way. But I want to. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. But I don't think, you guys, I don't think I'm going to ever use this deck, though. I don't think so. I think maybe it's just a touch too pastel for me to ever do. And that's just like real, yeah, that's not, I don't think so. So, okay, I think it's safe to say that this one is going to go in the let go of pile, which is hard for me to do because I admire this deck, but if I'm not using it, you know, I think it would benefit somebody else better. Okay, these two decks are not going anywhere because they were gifts and also I love them. But they just ended up on that shelf for whatever reason. And I have it like backwards. I want them to match. You have 50 cards. Yeah, this is the front. Extremely 90s affirmations and totally 80s affirmations. So these ended up on that shelf just for like storage sake. So this is one of the reasons why I want to do this, because I want to like shift things around and put the things that I want to see on this particular shelf that I have that's like open. So I want to keep the decks, you know, that I'm using, that I like, that are favorites of mine. Anyway, not just favorites, but like working decks. So I'll just show you really quick. These 90s ones are fantastic. I have to get this out more. This is like such a good time to do this too. Your heart is as magical as a sparkling Lisa Frank unicorn dancing on a rainbow bridge over a blueberry syrup waterfall. I mean, like, this is just such nostalgia. This is just perfect. Like, it's so funny. It's a good mood deck. Both of these are. I know I've shown these before, because I'm pretty sure I showed them in a haul video when I got them. So these are definitely safe. I'll show you a couple of the 80s ones, and then I'll move on, because I still have a stack. I thought I was doing well, but now I'm going slower. Oh, that's the title card. So here's a couple from the 80s. Just like Sally Ride, Grace Jones, and Jane and Lillian Dolly in 9 to 5. You're a total trailblazer. I don't often use like affirmation decks. So I have, maybe these are like some of the only ones that I have. But because this is like so nostalgia and so quirky and so fun, it just brings a smile to my face. So I know that when I need something like this, I have these, right? E.T. wouldn't even bother to phone home if he could live with you. Like, it's just, you know, uplifting and nostalgic and fantastic, and a gift from a dear friend. So they are, oops, these are staying. This, you might be surprised to see right now, because I haven't unveiled, at least, or maybe I put it on my Instagram, but I haven't done a video where I showed that I got the original Mythic Tarot. And the last time I had this deck out, I was telling you that I didn't want the OG Mythic Tarot because I liked this artwork better. And maybe I should just do a straight side by side to see, to really see whether or not I like it. But I hate shuffling this deck. It hurts my hands. The other one's very glossy too, but I managed to get the OG Mythic Tarot from eBay with the book, and in really good condition. Like, it was still sealed. And for a really good price. So I don't think I need this anymore. Do I keep it as a backup? Do I really even need a backup? Like, I'm not going to be precious with the other one. I'm going to use it. I've been using it already. So I think this one is going to go, because I think maybe there's somebody out there who wants to, like, try it out, you know, somebody who might be into doing, you know, getting into Greek mythology. There, you know, there's got to be. This is not going. This is, it just was on that shelf because I don't know that I'll ever use it, because this is, I might as well just grab the other one because I should keep them together. Oh my gosh, now I can't get it out of the box. Hold please. Okay, so I won't spend too much time on these because they are going to both stay. But just so you know, these were sent to me for review. So this is the card track, the original Star Trek Tarot. And I've been using this. I won't go through it too much. I've been using this because Dawn Michelle and I are rewatching the original Star Trek. We've totally fallen off of that. We've gotten involved in other things. But we're watching the original Star Trek, and then we are, like, looking at the cards and just having a good time, like, buddy watching the show. So I've kept this one apart from the other one because I was doing, I was doing that practice. This is a majors only. Do I want to keep this? I mean, so this is a majors only, and it is the cartoon, the Star Trek cartoon, but it's majors only. Am I ever really going to watch? Because I've never seen the cartoon. I definitely saw the OG, parts of the OG Star Trek. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Star Trek The Next Generation. Like, I would love for this creator to do a Star Trek The Next Generation. I had the Inside Edition Star Trek Next Generation, but I rehomed that one already. I don't know. I think maybe I just want the, I think this is going in the maybe. Or no, this is going to go to rehome. Because I feel like there's got to be somebody out there who wants this more than I do. And what I do like the OG. Oh, do I? You guys, I don't know what to do. This is going to, I guess I'll just put it in maybe for now, since I'm, like, waffling on this. Yeah, this is just going to go in maybe. The other one is definite. Okay. The Intuition Oracle. This is Monty Farber, Amy Zerner. I like this oracle. Why did it end up here? I've used this oracle before. It's like kind of an archetype oracle. So it has, yeah, it's an archetype. It's an archetype and an affirmation. And then it has the imagery on the front or back. I don't know, however you see it. The front. I struggle with archetype decks. I do. I struggle with them. The patient. Affirmation. I can endure whatever twists and turns life brings me. The benefactor. I enjoy life now as I take steps to realize my new tomorrow. While I really enjoy this artwork, and there's nothing like in particular that I dislike about the archetypes or the affirmations. I just, like, affirmations for me are about, like the other ones, like the 90s and 80s. I just feel too, like, I think what it is about affirmation decks is that I feel too spoon-fed. How I'm supposed to feel or get over something because like I would go to an affirmation deck if I need to be uplifted, and I like to figure things out. I like to figure things out. Like, I like to puzzle things out. I like to kind of, analyze. And affirmations, they're just maybe a little bit too straightforward. Yeah, so I think I was right to put this in the to let go of pile, because I don't reach for it. The fighters. I fight my resistance to accepting the dualities of life. There's also this deck that I've had on and off of my wish list called The Power of Surrender. And I feel like that is more of what I'm looking for when I'm in the space of like affirmation, because it's not just it's not an affirmation deck. It's about like surrendering to something, and it's not always just like, I mean, not that this is all super, yeah, but these I statements, that's the thing. It's the I statements. God, this is so pretty though. This is such a lovely deck. Like, I feel like there are folks that work with affirmations in a different way, and the I statements really work for them. I have another oracle that does that, but it's in the guidebook, not on the card. So yeah, I think the Intuition Oracle by Monty Farber and Amy Zerner is going to stay in it's going to be a rehome. All right. The Moonchild, the Shadow Moonchild Tarot. So I came on to the tarot. I got into the tarot scene after Danielle Noel had already been doing her thing. And I'd seen the Moonchild Tarot and all her other decks and such. Let me put this here. And I was attracted to her art style because it's beautiful. But I wasn't sure if it was something for me. And I wasn't sure if I was going to try it out. It seemed too what's the word for it? Like too celestial, too pretty, like too pretty. Like, I think, I don't know why. I don't know why. If it's, for me, I need like ugly pretty or something that's like offbeat. Like, I tend to gravitate towards things that are a little bit, that are pretty but weird, that are like, I don't know, off the beaten path, maybe a little bit. In terms of like what I like artistically. And so sometimes that makes a difference with how I engage with the cards and the tarot. This deck is so beautiful. Like, I mean, really, really beautiful. And I have not given it its proper, like, I haven't really worked with it enough, I think, to say. But like initially, like, I just put it away because when I tried to work with it, it didn't speak. Like, it didn't speak to me. I just fell flat, and we didn't work. We didn't work together. So I think what I need to do is, in this like declutter and culling kind of thing that I'm doing, is kind of set aside decks that I want to try to spend some time with that I haven't given their time. And so with some of the decks that I know are not going to work for me for whatever reason. So the Shadow Moonchild, I guess I'm going to put this in the keeping. Maybe I need another category. So like this is the keeping and like setting aside and making like a specific intention to work with this to see if it is for me, especially with tarot, because oracle decks, I think it's pretty clear to me with oracle what works and doesn't work for me, now that I've been doing this for a little while. So I'm gonna make a separate pile to like intentionally, you know, try out this deck, try it on for size. So that one is staying. Okay, so here's another one that is so hard for me to figure out, because as you'll see when I get through further into my deck collection, I have the Jonasa Jaus. This is the Yonasya Jaus 6, the jumbo. I have the 7th edition, which is a smaller size and easier for me to work with. And I haven't used that deck much at all either. I haven't used this deck much at all. It is, so Jonasa Jaus is, her decks are inspired by Marseille, but it's not at all traditional Marseille. I have not yet studied Marseille, so I wanted to keep her deck, at least this one. I'm not sure if the Stunning Tarot is Marseille inspired, but I know that this one is. And I have the PDF guidebook. So it's just that this artwork is so pretty, and these colors are like colors I love. This like, you know, green, blue, purple situation is just my, you know, type of aesthetics, like in terms of like color palette. This is not an easy reading deck. First of all, because I can't shuffle it hardly at all. And because reading with it, like this is the 3 of Oros, Pentacles. Well, that one makes a little sense because it's earthy. But there's like flowers in, you know, throughout, right? Like there's a cup in the so this is like the 5 of Pentacles, and it's a cup with the flowers. So it kind of throws me off in different ways. And I think like this one, so I have 2 of the same deck that I'm unsure about. And this one as the jumbo, I love because you can see the artwork so clearly. But if I do end up keeping the other one, this one, I don't know why, it's like have a redundancy of a deck that I'm not using either size of. So this one is definitely going to be rehomed, but because it's such a special deck, I don't know. I think this one I might have to like resell because it's out of print. I don't think, you know, it's one that I could like just give away. I don't think, because mostly I've rehomed decks and not resold them. So this one is gonna go in like a special, if it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna have to be for resale. So the Jonasa Jaus. Or I don't know, or maybe I should talk to my daughter and see if this is one that she would want, because it's such a special deck and it's out of print. So that's going in kind of, I guess, another special area, because it's like its own kind of thing. Okay, another oracle deck, the Sacred Earth Oracle. God, I feel like I always talk about this deck in this way as to like that it doesn't work for me. And then I can never like really move it along because it's so pretty. So it's Tony Carmine Salerno. I never read the names of the creators, but anyway, I love, so I feel like this is an oracle deck that should work for me because it's one keyword, right? And that's my thing. Perception, core, influence. Maybe it's because the oracle decks that I work with in this way with the one keyword are more minimalistic. I think I might need to move this out of the purgatory though. And I think I might, yeah, because friction, no, it's good. Maybe now I have other decks now that would, like tarot decks that would pair with it. Preservation, context, these are good keywords. Patterns, fragments, balance. Well, that one, I don't know. Listen, revision, alchemy. Now that I think I feel like I understand alchemy-ish. Very, very-ish. Okay, this one is coming out. The Sacred Earth Oracle, I think, is coming out, and it's going to, yeah. Because I think that when I go through like the rest of my collection, I'm going to find other oracles that I think are ready to go. Whereas this one, I think, is not ready to go. Okay. Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. See, this deck I've worked with. And I feel like in November, which is when I tend to do like working with ancestor stuff, this is the deck that I've pulled out every time for that particular type of practice. But I don't know, it just didn't do the thing. Shine brightly, stand out, be proud. I don't know. Yeah, this one is really pretty. Belinda Morris. And explore your creative side. See, I don't like when it tells me what to do. Maybe that's why I don't like those affirmation decks either. I'm like, well, why are you telling me what to do? Like, just like flat out like that. I think I'm okay with the cards telling me what to do in a way where like I arrive at that answer through my own like exploration and thinking about it. And but I don't know why I just don't like when it just tells me what to do. Like, balance yourself. No, you balance yourself. That's how I feel when I get like decks like take time out. No, you take time out. You move your body. Like, and then it has those, and then it has like earth magic, family. I mean, it has these 3 keywords at the bottom too, but like I feel like, I don't know, awaken your inner shaman. You awaken your inner shaman. Do you know what I mean? When people what am I saying? Go with the flow. Like, no, you go with the flow. Open to love. So connect with water. You connect with the water. So I feel like it's because it's like trying to tell me what to do. I don't respond well to that. Like, I need to like get to that message, not so directly. Is that weird? Is anybody else like me with that? I just don't think that that's the type for me. So this one is going to be rehomed. Okay, we're making headway. I think it's easier for me for a lot of these, because they were already sitting on the shelf of the like timeout shelf or the purgatory shelf. So that's why those decisions were easier to make. There are other shelves now, like after this set, the rest of the shelves are like what I consider my working tarot deck collection, tarot and oracle deck collection. So that's going to be a lot harder. And then I have these random ones. So like this is Hieronymus Bosch, and it ended up on that shelf just because it's in one of these bigger boxes. But I have like an uncertain feelings about this deck. This was gifted to me. So here's the thing. I just saw Thea talking about this deck too, Garden Goddess Tarot, because it's not a tarot deck. It takes the system of tarot and it like does all kinds of crazy wackadoo things with it. It has a full set of the majors, and then it has minors. It has an ace. It doesn't have any of the numbered minors, and then it has like extra court cards. So essentially what I said was, when I first got this deck and how I've worked with it is I've used it as a oracle. So Knight of Skates. So I don't even know what that means, Knight of Skates. Like, I don't know what suit that is supposed to be. Don't know. Don't care, okay? But the words at the bottom, so finding direction, assertiveness, taming internal fear. That's the thing I can work with as an oracle. And I like the artwork, obviously. Like, this is Hieronymus Bosch, right? But I know that there's a Hieronymus Bosch tarot. That might work better for me. I don't know if that's like out of print or not. I swear I think I just saw Thea did a video where she had Hieronymus Bosch. Oh yeah, it was her video about the satyrs. They were satyr, and they were decks that felt like satyrs. And so this is, yeah, I mean, some of the majors make sense, right? Like this is, this, you know, feels like the Fool a little bit, right? With the bag and the dog and etc. But like Baron of Berries, I don't know, right? So I like this deck. It's gonna come out in like the times when I need that weird, because I like the weirdness of Hieronymus Bosch, the surrealism. This is like the kind of weird offbeat, dark, strange, you know, bizarro kind of thing that I like, because I like to investigate. It doesn't tell me what to do right away, and it's sort of like, what is happening? I like to figure out what is happening, at least in this case. So yeah, so Hieronymus Bosch is staying. Okay, this is the Love Who You Are Oracle, and this I got because of Lisa Pepez. So during one of the member readings, the live readings that Lisa does for her membership, she used this deck and did a reading for me with this deck that like was amazing and blew my mind. And I think while I think this is a great deck, and I think it's, you know, really beautiful, I think I was just really, you know, I just really enjoyed Lisa's reading, not necessarily this deck to use for myself. It's another one of these like affirmation decks that is stand tall, get lost, expect a miracle. That I'm just sort of like, I don't know, whenever I see these like phrases, I'm just like, meh. It's like, I don't believe it. Like, I can't do it. You know, tell shame to suck it. You know, it's not, I can't do it. Like, it doesn't work for me that way. Practice curiosity. Look beyond the surface. Follow your bliss. Bloom like, I mean, like, it's really cool and that's wonderful, but it's just not for me. Oh my God, look at this hedgehog, Tend the Fragile. This is stunning artwork. It's so cute. It's so pretty. But like, I just, you know, when it says things like cultivate peace, I'm like, I just can't. I don't know. I just can't with it. Maybe there's like a different future version of me that can work with stuff like this, but I don't know. I've tried other decks like this before. What was it? The Universe Has Your Back. But there's like, it's like catchy, you know, catchy or weird sayings, or catchy, weird, I don't know, like affirmative, you know, sayings. It's not like, you know what it is? I can't take it seriously. And that's why this works, because it's not trying to take itself seriously. It makes me laugh and it makes me like tune into that, you know, into the message. Whereas like, this is like, it's serious about what it wants me to affirm and love who I am. And I'm too like immature, I think, in some ways, or I just don't believe it. Like, I just don't. It does not do the thing for me. I don't know if anybody else is like that. So this one is going to be rehomed. Okay, big boxes now. This is, I guess I did put this in the like purgatory, the Animal Totem Tarot. And maybe what I need to do with this is just take it out of its big box and put it in a bag. Maybe I just need to invest in some bags and like get rid of some boxes so that I have more room. But because I really do like this deck. So it's Animal Totem Tarot, Lisa Robertson. The thing about it is the guidebook sometimes, so like sometimes the guidebook, it really hits the mark. And sometimes the guidebook is just like not, I don't jive with it. It's probably the message from the animal that's not my thing. But I know Tegan, who I really, you know, love and respect, Cosmic Creeper, she like raves about this particular guidebook, and I have not spent enough time in this guidebook for it to really be like, for me to really know its value. So let's look at the cards, because oh my God, I did a horrible, this is one of like the first decks that I did like an edging on, and I did a horrible job of it. But I think I want to keep this. I think what I just want to do is put it in a bag instead of this big giant box so that I make some room for other things. Because I do pull this out too for animal gnosis, when I want to work with a specific animal. I haven't really used it as more than like maybe a couple of cards, because I feel like with so many different animals going on, it's just a lot. But I do have the Animal Wise. This just has some different animals. The Animal Wise is my like go-to for tarot readings animal deck, but that's because it also has those phrases on it. I do really love this though. I really do. Yeah, this deck is staying. I just need to find a bag for it. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I'll find a bag for it like in the next little bit here. So I can just get rid of that box and like feel like I've made some space, you know? Made some space. Okay, just a quick little update. I found a little bag. I think this is like I don't know if this was tarot or what this was for, but I found a little bag for my Animal Totem Tarot. So that is now safely gonna be put away. All right, I only have a couple more. So this one wasn't that super long, I don't think, but we'll see. And I also think that I've made some decisions about the very few decks that are in the maybe pile. Okay, so here is from the world of H.P. Lovecraft, the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot. Now, this deck I've used like twice, maybe? I don't know. But I got it because for my partner. It wasn't for me. I got it because he's an H.P. Lovecraft fan, and a Cthulhu fan. So it's this long, it's bowed. I edged it in black, and I've done readings for him just a couple of times, but he's not somebody who asks for readings. So it's a pip deck, and that's really the problem. But the artwork is so cool. I feel like, you know, I don't think he would care. Like, I'm keeping it because of him when he doesn't really even care. You know what I mean? So I'll ask him one more time, but I really do think that unless I'm gonna like frame this artwork for him in some kind of a way, like I should just get like a Cthulhu print for him instead of like keeping this tarot deck. Because I feel like there might be somebody out there who would enjoy this. There's another Cthulhu deck that's I think a little bit more cartoony than this that's out there, but I feel like there's got to be somebody who would want this, deck. So yeah, this one is going to be rehomed. Okay, here's another deck that it was gifted to me, and it only ended up on this shelf because it's a big box. So I think this is another one because I like this deck. I mean, I used this deck with my I Ching study. And I like it, and I think what it is that I just need to find a bag for it and put it in a bag rather than keep it in this big box. And once I do that, I'll be fine with it, because I really liked using this. I liked the stuff on the back, especially. These questions. So what I did was last year at the beginning of the year with some friends, we went through the I Ching, the 64 hexagrams, one a day, and just spent a little bit of time with it. So just one round of even trying to wrap my brain around I Ching. And every day we would, from various different sources, you know, and everybody had different decks and things that they were using. Anyway, this one I used mostly because it had one or two questions always on the back. So then I would use the tarot on either side of this. These questions were really good prompts for tarot. So that's what I tended to really like about it. And I could see myself doing that again. And I also like, you know, it's just a very basic I Ching, you know, set. And I have a ebook version of Benabel Wen's I Ching book. So it is something that I think I want to study again one day, potentially. But for now, what I need to do is just get a bag for this, and then I'll have more room. Okay, last one from this shelf. Last one from this shelf. This was intentionally put in the purgatory or timeout shelf. Not just because it has a big box, but this is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. This is like one of those decks that it feels like everything about it, I should love this deck. It should be a deck for me. I love, you know, the aesthetics. This is such a good guidebook as well. And so this is the mass market version. I edged mine with greens, golds, and browns. But for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, there's a specific reason why this is not the deck for me. I want the anatomy to match up with the tarot meanings in some way, and it doesn't in this deck. Kinda, but doesn't. Like, some of them make a little bit of sense. The femur being like as the empress, and it doesn't speak to it in the guidebook. Like this foot, you know, being the fool, like that, you know, that I want every single card to do that, to have the connection between the two. Like I like, you know, the spine in the shape of the lemniscate. So I like some of them, but not all of them, and not enough for me to keep them. Like, I guess, you know, the heart for the lovers, right? But not enough of them do it. Even though I love how beautiful this deck is, I might regret this. I might regret it, but I think not, because I have the Oracle deck. Which one is it? Oh, I can't think of the name of it now. Ugh, I can't think of the name of it. Not the Memento Mori, the other one. Oracle of Oddities. The Oracle of Oddities I have, and that I think is my Claire Goodchild deck. Plus, I think I want to get the Arcanum of Astrology, which is Claire Goodchild. I think this is just not, the tarot is just not for me. So, yeah. So, Antique Anatomy Tarot is going to go. And I think I might check in with my kiddo in case she wants it. But I think I know somebody locally who I can gift this to. I think might enjoy it. Okay, so I have this box. You can't see the whole thing. It's like just a big box. So it's already full of things that I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be rehomed. I already grabbed a couple that I know I'm going to take to give to a coworker who I think would really enjoy. And these other ones are just gonna hang out now as we go along. So that's it. That's the first installment of my deck collection and declutter series. So I'm gonna try to do these once a week until I'm done through the shelves. So look for more, hopefully. And yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. And I hope that you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.